Good morning. I slept good at my little spot by the bridge here. It's a little later than normal. It's probably the latest I've been out of camp on this hike so far. It's, 5 to 7. And here's the whole situation in a nutshell. From right here all the way into town to the motel is 29.1 miles. I told myself I'm not going to do anything over like 24 or 25 tops on this stretch. I'm really going to try to stick to that. I have a reservation starting tomorrow, although they said I could change it no problem. But what I would normally do in this scenario is do, 23, 24 today, leave a few miles into town in the morning. But it can't be so easy because there is like a parking lot, and that's the last place you can camp. It's only 14.6 from here. And then the other 14.5 is a road walk on like a paved highway. So that means 14.6 is all I can do today. Or I have to go all the way to town. I'm trying to just go slow and piddle because I don't want to get to this camp spot and it'd be like, 1 or 2 o'clock. And me thinking, oh man. But anyway, that's where we're at today. First water is 11.3. And then there's a little more water, another 2 miles past that. I don't know why. I feel really good. It feels good to be back. Felt like the AZT. Camping alone. Doing my own thing out in the middle of nowhere. It's lovely. This is my favorite kind of walking, where it's like an old ranch road. Now there's some rocks here, but for the most part, it's like dirt, sand, real fine rocks. So it's not horrible on your feet, and you can just kind of stroll and enjoy life. But still very overcast. It's still after around 8:30, and it's cloudy and pleasant. I'm sitting down. It's 9:45. I'm sitting here, got my shoes and socks off. I'm gonna have my second breakfast, my morning break, and I've done 7.1, and I think I have right at 4 to get to the first water. Now, doing 7 by 9:45, that just means that I'm halfway done with my miles for the day by 9:45 a.m. if I stop at this. I don't know. I got some different ideas I'm scheming. But I'm going to take my time and take a long-ish break here, and then we'll get moving towards the water. Back on the move. I was sitting there thinking that it's really kind of perplexing how there's no one out here. Because in town there's people, and just the first night out of town, there were 4 of us camped there. And then right before daylight, someone else walked into the water. And there were 2 other guys that had to have come there to get water unless they got it somewhere else. But there was at least 7 of us right there in one spot. And just the way the water is spaced out, I don't really know where else these people have gone. And same thing with people ahead. I know some of them aren't doing as many miles as I am, but you would think I'd be catching some others. But I don't know. I've not seen anybody at all since yesterday morning. I suspect if I stop at this last spot to camp before the road walk, I suspect they'll all be there. Okay, I didn't do any filming back there, but if you can see in the distance, there's a gate I had to come through. And it's a big enough gate you could drive through it, but down several hundred yards past that, there's a Jeep. I mean, there's a lot of tire tracks, like people are doing off-roading down here. But there's no sign of any people. Like, I'm perfectly fine being out here completely alone, but I don't like knowing somebody's here and not sure where they're at or what they're doing. It's a newer Jeep. It's not like it's something that was abandoned, and it's just sitting back there. No sign of like camping, no sign of anything. And I didn't see anybody on the trail that way, and I don't, other than the trail I came down, it's just like canyon walls mostly that they would be climbing up. So I don't know, that's interesting. But nonetheless, almost to the water. Should be right up here shortly. This is a nice little spot back in here. Okay, so this one's supposed to be a spring and a waterer. So I think this one's supposed to be cleaner than the other because it's a spring. Well, it doesn't look great. Oh yeah, it's not bad. It's very clear. I'll just do some pre-filtering. Okay, this is how much water I came in here with, maybe 1/3 of a liter. And so my pack's been really light this morning, but I'm gonna leave here full of water, so it's gonna be heavy again. But let's filter some of this. So this hasn't been filtered yet, and you can see it's full. The water is completely clear, perfect. This is such a cool section of trail. It is only 1:25 p.m. I am only like 0.3 from this parking lot where allegedly you either have to stop there or walk all the way to town. I've had different ideas in my head all morning, and honestly, none of them feel good right now. I just can't fathom stopping this early. But at the same time, if my feet are already hurting, and I've only done like 14 and a half. I don't think I have another 14 and a half in me on pavement. I did see some comments and far out on some different icons that there's maybe one spot, if you don't mind sleeping near the highway, there's a spot along the highway that maybe you can tent 3 more miles in, but I don't know if that's worth risking it. If I leave this spot, I pretty much have to be committed to going the whole way, I think. I don't know. I'm going to get up to this decision point here in a minute, and I'm at least going to have lunch and relax a little bit and think this through. But the logistics of things are always like the worst part. And this trail has a lot of logistics. It looks like here's the parking lot. The cow gate's just up there. Looks like somebody's here with a livestock trailer. What are the chances they got a cooler full of Coke to share? Just trying to find somewhere. I've been walking towards this tree, but it's on a hill. Just trying to find some shade somewhere. It's 2:17. I'm sitting in this very lackluster spot. I had to kick cow patties and rocks out of the way. There's just not much shade around here, and this was one of the only places. I've had lunch. It's not gonna be dark for 6 hours. I don't think I can sit here for 6 hours. I don't know what that's gonna mean for town, but I think in a second here, I'm this close to just putting my shoes on and starting to walk. There were a couple comments that there was maybe a camp spot along the road, like in 3 miles, and another one in 8 miles, but I don't know that you're supposed to camp there, even if there is a spot. So I don't know. I just know that this is supposed to be fun. And sitting in cow patties for 6 hours waiting for dark It's not fun. I don't know that it's going to be any more fun to go kill my feet on pavement for 15 more miles. But if I do that, I'll get to have a shower and sleep in a bed. I don't know what that's going to mean for town. What I'll do is once I get cell signal, I'll call. I'm talking like I'm doing this. I'll call the hotel and see if I can change it from the next 2 nights to tonight and tomorrow night. And then I'll just have my 0 tomorrow. I don't have a ton of chores to do, but if I don't get them all done, I'll just leave town late the next day. This also, not that this is even a thing, but these are the games I play in my head. Like if I do this big day today and get there today, it would be like erasing the 0 that I took that I really probably shouldn't have taken in Lordsburg. The guys I was hiking around the first stretch, I've texted them. They just got into town like 11 o'clock today. And I think they're going to 0 and not leave till the next day. So if I did that and then could get close, be leaving with them or near them, that this next section, there is a fire closure that we have to go around. So I don't know, that'd be nice too. I don't know. This may be a dumb move, and I may be crying. My feet hurting so bad, but I'm going to pop some vitamin I and put these shoes on, and we're going to go beat the pavement because I'm not sitting in this mess of cow poo for the next 6 hours just waiting for time to sleep. All right, I'm walking. This is supposed to be fun, and sitting ain't fun for me. I'm going to walk. All right, so this is where we're leaving, National Forest ground. And this is why we can't camp after this, because it's private ground. You have got to be kidding me. So I called the motel and I asked if I could move my 2 nights up to tonight and tomorrow night instead of the following 2 nights. And the guy says, we don't have that reservation for you. We only have 1 night. I'm like, no, that's not what the lady told me. Now, this reservation is one that they don't take credit card or anything over the phone, they said, for security reasons. But for hikers, they just take your information down. So now they're telling me I didn't even have the reservation I thought I did. So, the phone cut out when he said there was a room tonight, but he was trying to tell me it wasn't the real cheap room, like the budget room that I had. And then the phone cut out. So I'm walking to town. And it's a big enough town that I'll find somewhere to sleep. But man, maybe this is a blessing that I'm antsy and can't sit still for all afternoon. But come on, let's be real. I'm here to hike. I cannot sit and just stop hiking when I got miles to make and I feel okay at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I don't know. I'm gonna do 29.1 miles today, and I'm gonna find me somewhere to sleep, and we'll just see what happens. But this beautiful view. I haven't made the blacktop yet. I'm still on gravel. I'm coming up on the paved road now. I was able to get the motel situation sorted. So since they didn't have my correct reservation to begin with, they had a little more expensive, bigger room tonight, and then they'll move me to the cheaper room tomorrow, which is perfectly fine. And they gave me a code to get in case I'm there late. So everything is covered, and I'm a happy dude. I just got a lot of road walking to do. Well, this says 10 miles to Silver City, but it's like 9.2 to my motel. So I've done a little over, what would that make it? 5.3, I guess? It was 14 and a half. So I've just been listening to some throwback country tunes It's just jamming and walking. But I will stop, take a probably 5-minute break to rest my feet here shortly when I find me a spot. And yes, I'll just be sitting somewhere off the side of the road. Here's what it looks like taking a break on the side of the highway. It is 4:35. I just put another Band-Aid on one of my other toes, let my feet air out, having a snack. And I don't know if I said this, but for those of you that pay attention, that weight matters and water weight matters. I had got all that water earlier to camp tonight and have all the way to town. I dumped a bunch of water out before I left. Once I knew I was gonna walk, I dumped probably a liter and a half out. I'm gonna take stock here because now I'm less than 9 miles to town. Yeah, I'll keep what I have. I have a liter and a half for now. But anyway, it's a cool, breezy, overcast evening. You can never tell on camera anyway, but this is uphill. This entire road walk is a slight uphill on the elevation profile. And if you're wondering why I'm not hitching, it's because this road is actually the trail. So for, I think it's like 13-ish miles of this road is the CDT. So I have to walk it to keep my steps connected. As much as possible, I try to walk over here on the softer stuff when it's flat. I have 4.1 more to go, and I'm gonna sit in the edge of this driveway here, a roadway, and have a quick break. As I was walking, I don't know why, when I realized what that sign said, I just got like this surge of excitement and happiness and energy. So cool. And look at the view too. All right, I've got to go that way, but there's cars coming. I've made it to the edge of town. I'm on the CDT brown line. The deer running in front of me. Well, I almost made it. It's about 30 minutes before dark. But I'm in the edge of town here. Just got about a mile and a half to go through town. The first two towns is really nice because the trail actually walks right through the middle of town. The motel's been on the trail, so that's nice. Don't have to worry about those logistics. This has been a pretty good long road walk. My feet are feeling it, but they're not too bad. I'm glad I stopped and took the breaks when I did. And I am so glad I did not force myself to sit back there because I shouldn't do this many miles. I knew I could make it by dark without too much pain. And just think, I would still be sitting back there amongst the cow patties and still have to do this road walk. That would suck. But I did have visions of there being like a gas station right here on the edge of town that I could go in and grab a soda for the rest of the walk. I haven't even seen, I'm still just kind of in the middle of nowhere.